southwest is the county that's best, full of rolling green hills and a coast that's been blessed. And inside of the sound lie the three Plymouth towns, where everyone's known as a Janner. Janner!
It's the Janner song. They play it before kick-off at Plymouth Argyle home games at Home Park.
We're all known as Janner.
And we heard from a Japanese fan, didn't we? Tatsu last year. Do you remember? It was earlier this year, actually.
Supreme.
From Japan, absolutely Argyle obsessed. And it seems that Argyle's popularity is growing across the globe. On my social media timeline not long ago, it popped up with this bar full of people in the green and white, in a bar in Chicago, watching Argyle together and going absolutely bananas when they scored as well. Now, this group are called ArgyleUSA, and Troy Mayne lives in Wisconsin. Good morning, good evening, Green Army, Troy.
Good morning, John.
I say Green Army, you're there proudly in your Plymouth Argyle third kit, the yellow kit. You really do love Plymouth Argyle, don't you?
I do. I have for a long time, and they're very easy to love right now.
They are in the championship. Tell us your story, Troy. How does an American man end up following the Greens?
Well, my brother was living in London at one point in time in the mid-'90s, and I got to know a little bit about English football through my sister-in-law's family. I was instructed that to be a proper English fan, you need to pick a team that runs up and down the leagues a little bit and struggle with them and enjoy their successes. My family heritage is Cornish, and so I started looking at some teams in the Southwest, and then in spring of '96, Ronnie Maugé banged a header in, and I was able to read some detailed articles about Argyle and sort of chose them as my team. And of course, as the years have gone by, the ability to access Argyle matches, media, and watch them live has become even easier for me to follow them from afar.
So you had a good start. Neil Warnock, Ronnie Maugé's header, 1-0 against Darlington, 40,000 at Wembley. It's not easy and I am a Plymouth Argyle fan, it's not easy following Plymouth Argyle. It hasn't been down the years. There's been ups and downs.
Exactly. Yeah, that was what I was told I needed to do, and Argyle has been the team for me, and they've done it in spades.
So since that 1996, tell us about your journey with the football club and where it's taken you and who you've met.
So I guess my next step would be the first time I actually saw an Argyle match was in person at Home Park. There was never any television access. 2006, my brother was still living up in the London area, and I made him come down to Plymouth with me to see a match. So we were at the we had actually contacted the club and got a tour of Home Park in advance. Peter Hall gave us a great tour. And we were at the legendary Cardiff City 3-3 draw, where we were up 3-0 and down 3-0 and scored 3 in the second half. So it was kind of hard to go back from there. So that was through the 2000s, through the championship years, I was able to have even more access, and then more recently we kind of started this ArgyleUSA effort.
I saw those brilliant scenes where you're with Simon Hallett. And you're in a bar and there's loads of green everywhere. And I just thought, look at that. There's a community in the States following Argyle. That's amazing.
It is. And it's been a really fun thing to be a part of for the last 5 years. I met a gentleman named Ken Seelman from Lansing, Michigan. I'm in Wisconsin, John. And our local teams, our local pro teams, American teams, were playing each other in 2019. We met at a picnic. We discovered that we both liked Argyle, and after that we decided, well, let's see how many other American Argyle fans might be out there. And we started with a Twitter account, and we started collecting expats and Yanks like us that had odd stories as to why we adopted this team, and it's just continued to grow. And as you noted, we've built quite a little community and a group of friends around it.
Tell us some of those stories, the standout ones, of people who follow Plymouth Argyle for a strange reason.
Well, two that come to mind. A gentleman, Mike Rodriguez, that lives in Chicago, quite a bit younger than me, started playing. I'm not a big gamer myself, but started playing on FIFA or something, and chose this team, Plymouth Argyle, and played them. Played a couple seasons worth and took them up the levels or whatever. And then one day the TV was on, and there was actually a Plymouth Argyle team, and he was shocked because he thought it was just something that was made up. It was a made-up team for the game. Another fella, Andy Schlitz, that lives in Minnesota, wanted to select his lower league English team, and he wrote a letter to, I don't know if he wrote it to every EFL club, to every single one, and I believe, we'd be corrected on this, but Argyle was the only team that answered, and it was Simon Hallett himself that answered his letter as to why our Plymouth Argyle should be his team, and Simon won that battle. And we see Andy regularly on our calls and at our in-person events.
They are brilliant stories, both of them. I absolutely love that. And Simon Hallett, you've actually, because he's over in the States a lot of the time, so you've been able to meet with Argyle's owner and chairman quite a bit, have you? Or just that once in Chicago? What's the story with Simon?
We as a group regularly, not everyone, it's not for everyone. Some people like to watch the matches in the dark, by themselves, or they can throw objects. But there's a group of us that will regularly join on Zoom and have the match streaming, and then we have our own side conversation for the banter and the jokes and the swearing and whatever is called for. And from the beginning, Simon has, when he's around, has enjoyed doing that with us, and I think he would say that he considers us kind of like his mates when he's not able to get to home park. So we've spent a lot of time collectively, on video together.
Now, for people who've been listening to this show a long time and remember the legend that is Gordon Sparks, who we think about every day. I think about him every day sitting in this chair. His coffee stain is still here. They might well recognize this as something Gordon did during lockdown, especially. Jumped on a few Zoom calls with you guys and did a couple of watch-alongs.
Yep, he sure did. Yeah, we were doing it as an American group, and then when the lockdown started, there was an effort to do the same thing on the UK side. I think Gordon had quite a bit of a fondness for the States and the Cleveland Browns and American sport, and I think he really enjoyed engaging with us, and that was of all the things of this crazy things about this journey with ArgyleUSA, that's one of the things that many of us treasure, is that we had a chance to spend time with him and get to know him a bit, and his sense of humor and his love for the team.
Any bits of the Devon culture that you got an affection for?
Absolutely. This last time, which was just this fall, the Luton match, we were there. I was kind of scaring myself how well I knew the streets, up and around Plymouth, and I did actually pause for a moment, and think, what am I doing? How do I know this town so well? It's like my own hometown.
Keep supporting us from across the pond. We really do appreciate all you guys supporting one of our local football teams, and I, as an Argyle fan, salute you and your commitment to the cause.
Very good. Thank you, John. Good. I appreciate talking to you today.
From the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker,
play BBC Radio Devon,
and on your radio.